A year ago, maybe a bit more than a year ago from now, I was working like an office job at the bank, and then I had my two screens or whatever, and then on one screen was Virgil Abloh talking, and I had my headphones in, and under the job I had the job. So all I did is for 8 hours I was just listening to Virgil Abloh, and then when I got all the information I needed, I just started my own thing. I hit up a couple people. I found a place I could do screen printing at. I saved the money up. It was gonna be a little expensive, but I got it done. And then I called the guys like, yo, let's do it. And he's like, yo, man, we can't do screen print for you right now because right now I'm short with guys. I need more like people to work for me. And if you know anybody, if you have any friends that want to work in a shop that do screen print, like let me know. I was like, yo, bro, I know the perfect guy for you. Me.
Welcome back to another CLV episode. I'm your host with the most, Binyam, here with my two friends,
Matty Rax,
Oliver, back at it,
and the man with the plan behind the brand Hurtliche, Malik. Nice to meet you, bro.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
What's up?
Thank you for bringing us to your space, man. It's very cool. I like the ambiance in here.
It's definitely something that we're not quite used to. Very different from our little couch at home.
It's a good change of pace. I like it
for sure.
I like it. So I guess we'll do it a bit differently this time. Start with the fit check. Start with you over there. What you wearing,
Me,
bro?
myself? Damn. Okay.
What's the vibe today?
On feet, I got the Rick Owens. You know, so just some vintage pants. My go-to Uniqlo tee, Arism. You guys know I love this T-shirt. I have it like 10 times in the black color.
I hope so. I hope you're not wearing the same one every day.
And I got the Supreme True Religion hoodie on and the Nerd Hidden NY collab cap and trucker.
Did he custom those jeans for you? Or?
Bro, I wish, man.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the phone call, bro.
Could have been. What about you, bro?
I got on some on feet for some Birkenstocks. I got some sample Hurtliche sweats that I'm working on, like with a flare to them.
Shit. Obviously, you have to have some Hurtliche on you.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of, it's like the uniform. I don't know, like as an artist, as a creative, I like to wear like loose stuff and stuff, so I can't just wear my own clothes all the time, really.
For sure.
And tee, I just have like a regular Atelier tee that I made too. And then the hoodie is like a cut and sew hoodie that I'm working on. It has like longer sleeves and stuff. I'm a bit taller dude, so I never really get those long hoodies.
Yeah.
I made one for myself, so pretty much decked out in my own stuff right now.
It's really sick. Is it the cool side of having sidebar? Is it the cool side of having a brand where you could just get to make your own shit?
It has two sides to it, because like on the other end, people are like, yo, bro, I want this, I need this. Like, what's this? When is this dropping? Because they see me in whatever, but I'm just wear testing the stuff that I want to release. So I kind of have to wear my own stuff to know what I'm getting out with.
Yeah.
But besides people actually asking for stuff to buy from me, besides that, it's sick, man. I never have to worry about clothes and how it fits because I make it.
That's cool.
Yeah. Because I remember one time you showed me a piece you were just messing around with. It was like a T-shirt that he made for the 5-year anniversary of Central.
Oh.
And then it was like a Shackaware blank, and then he just printed on a bunch of logos just to test it out. Like, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not releasing this." It was just like I was just testing out the prints on the T-shirt. I'm like, "Yo, this is fire, though. Like, I would wear this."
Do you ever get like selfish with some of your pieces? Like, nah,
I can't release this.
They won't get this. I'll keep that for myself.
That you gatekeep your own, like your own pieces.
No, it goes against the whole. Mantra.
Yeah.
We don't gatekeep over here.
Yeah. No.
There we go.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going with you. What you wearing?
I got some OG 95s on.
Old head. Okay.
What's
going,
coming?
Keep going. Let go.
Some regular Levi's, Uniqlo. What do you call this? A long sleeve knit. Yeah. And some fufu shade that I bought from Canal Street.
If you
New
didn't
York.
say it, nobody would have asked you. Like nobody
Bro.
checked you on that.
Now you just expose yourself.
The $15 Cartier in New
course,
York. You
had
know.
to.
I guess I'll ask myself my question. Yo, Binyam, where are you?
Yo, Binyam, what you wearing, bro?
I'm wearing some Down New Balances on the feet. Some jorts in the closer to wintertime. I'm still wearing jorts. I don't care what you're saying. Red monkey jorts. Supreme Circle Ghostface Killer Tee, and a babe zip up from my good friend in Halifax. Shout out to you, Ami. Yeah.
There we go then.
All right, that's it for the fit check, man. Let's keep it going. So basically, we're here to talk to you about your brand, Hurtliche.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get to know you a little better. Like, what's your brand about? Where did you start it? How did it start? What made you want to make a brand in the first place, kind of thing?
Well, a year ago, maybe a bit more than a year ago from now, I was working like an office job at the bank, and I was like trying to save money up to like start my own brand. I had an idea that I wanted to pursue because I was a bit younger when I started Hurtliche, and it never really picked up the way I wanted because I never really put in the proper time. And then I just like hit up a couple people. I found a place that I could do screen printing at because I was really adamant. I love vintage tees, and like vintage tees have like a certain feel to them that
like
you
a,
can't
like
really
a rugged feel.
Yeah, you can't replicate that really. And they do screen print. And there's a couple things that people don't really use now with their brands, and I really was particular about that. So I found a place. I saved the money up. It was gonna be a little expensive, but I got it done. And I was working at that bank every day, and then I called the guys like, "Yo, let's do it." And he's like, "Yo, man, we can't do screen print for you right now because right now I'm short with guys. I need more like people to work for me. And if you know anybody, if you have any friends that want to work in a shop that do screen print, like let me know." I was like, "Yo, bro, I know the perfect guy for you." Me. Yo, tell me you take me. I quit my job right now.
Yeah.
And then and you guys are here now, so. That's as far
so
as I took the brand.
This is the place. Okay, cool, sick.
This is the space.
That's sick.
And where does Hurtliche stand for? Like, what does it mean?
Hurtliche is my own interpretation of Montreal, the city. Like, I always wanted to make a brand that like represented me, but also represents the city. Mm-hmm. So there's this thing with French. On parle français, on parle anglais. We have both sides, and Hurt and Liche are two French and English names. So I try to put it as like a tongue twister that you kind of really only get if you're from here kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's really like just for the city type of thing.
Did you ever get like American guys telling you like, how the fuck do you pronounce this?
Is it like Hurtliche or
Hurtliche?
Yeah.
I think you say it as you can, man.
It's however you interpret it.
Yeah, however you want it, man.
It's like when people say "comme des garçons," like we say "comme des garçons."
Mm-hmm.
Some people say "comme des garçons."
Comme des garçons.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, like, you know, we talked a bit about your brand and everything and how it started off, but like, where do you draw most of your inspiration? Because I find your pieces to be like super unique. I don't see many people doing that kind of pieces in Montreal, like nevertheless in the world too.
Yeah.
So like, where do you get most of your inspiration from, in your opinion?
Right now, I get my inspiration from stuff that I need that I can't find in the market. And I'm like, bro, this doesn't exist. There's not a vintage wash double zip going on with a puff on it that I think fits crop like I want it. So I'm just went around and just made it.
Okay. So you kind of go with like the mentality. It's like, I kind of want a piece, so I'm just going to make it. And then that's like, okay, it comes to fruition.
In the beginning, though, it was hard to actually get there. So I kind of slowly started with like graphic tees and just started to take some smaller ideas and put it out. So the fastest way was to put it on a t-shirt. Mm-hmm. So, but the biggest inspiration to get started was definitely Virgil.
For sure.
Like this Virgil Abloh t-shirt I made just like picked up, man. Like it popped off. It was just me down there with a bunch of those paints, just throwing paint at it and then adding a Virgil print. And like this screen has like carried the brand for a while, and I haven't made a lot of these pieces yet, but I've hid the Virgil print in a couple pieces. So that's why I keep the two-sided thing, because I talked about how there's a French and English.
Yeah,
there's pieces inside. There's a lot of hidden things in the brand. So
yeah, that's one thing that I found super, because the first time I met you, you showed me this Pop Smoke hoodie, and like he was like, yeah, just turn it inside out. I'm like, fuck do you mean? And then I take it from the inside and there's like a whole different graphic on the inside. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like I've seen people do it, but I've never seen it to that extent. And it was like a whole different t-shirt, you know? And that's what I found crazy.
Sometimes also those pieces, like you seen them online.
They're not well executed.
As a gimmick.
Exactly.
Kind of it. But when you get like the feel of it and then you actually flip it around, it's like, oh.
Yeah. Like the way he did it,
exists.
it was tasteful, you know, and it worked really well. And it also works with your branding. Now that I hear it and everything,
it was more than just like one color. Like, okay, the inside is blue, but the outside is red, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's super sick, man. I guess like just a sidebar, like since we're talking about Virgil, like what would be your top 3 like Virgil shoes of all time?
Oh, because we had that convo like a month ago, and we basically know our top 3 between us, but.
All right, number 1 is the Brooklyn Museum Air Force One, the green one.
Okay, the green Air Forces.
I made a shirt about it. Like I had like the puff with the green on it, and it matches perfect to that. And I got my hand on that shoe not too long ago, and I got to check if the Pantone was matching. It's just a perfect fit. And I'm gonna drop that thing again. So that's number 1. And then number 2, I think the Muslin 5s. I think.
Those are hard.
Like the gray ones, it just matches so well with the gray tee.
Yeah.
Like I when I was like making that Virgil shirt, I was like, yo, if I could have those and pair it with that as a fit, it'd be insane. And then number 3, I would do the Chicago one.
The Chicago's?
Yeah.
Yeah, classic shoe.
Solid top 3. That's really good.
I'm not mad at that top 3.
That's really good.
Yeah. But I guess Virgil being, you know, your main source of inspiration and everything, like, you know how he has his trademark with like kind of like the zip tie and, you know, all that stuff, like the checks and everything.
Like
and like I remember reading about it too, like watching a video. It was like the lines like for Off-White actually represent his background in architecture because he wanted to represent, he was in like those architecture types. I don't know the specific type.
I think he was in majoring in architecture.
Yeah, he was majoring in architecture, but he was a specific type of architecture that they just did like construction type of thing. And the lines represented like, you know, the lanes in a parking spot or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like going into your pieces, taking that into consideration, what would you say is like, I guess, your main source of like trademark in your pieces?
If you would have asked me that question when I first started, it would have been all over the place. But with time, I put out a lot of workout, and it is this video about Rick Owens who talks about just put work and just edit. And then if I edit everything, 2-sided is very important because there's always 2 sides to a story. So if I make a shirt or a hoodie or something, there's something 2-sided to it. Maybe there's a print that's inside, or maybe it's the zip that's double zip. Maybe it's a puff. I have a shirt that changes color when you go outside. Yeah, but then when you go inside, it glows in the dark. So like, there's always just, I need people to look for more. And also, I don't talk about this. My T-shirt online says this product is a T-shirt. Yeah. So you get to kind of experiment your own thing and just enjoy the brand, just have fun.
Yeah. And the 2 sides kind of ties into like the meaning of your name too.
Exactly.
It kind of goes full circle a bit.
It goes full circle. Yeah.
That's sick.
One thing that I also really like too is you went to Paris Fashion Week this year, and I remember like he was telling me all about it because we had a photo shoot like right close to that time
when I came back.
Yeah, and then like 2 weeks later he posted a blog about it, and then that same week he drops like a bunch of pieces encompassing like what his trip on Paris was, and it was like super interesting to read about. It's like I read the blog too, you know, I watched a couple of the clips you put up. It was super sick. So like in your day-to-day, like do you do that kind of often, like where you just kind of get inspiration from, you know, the stuff you see in the streets and your personal life too?
The blogs is really just me being a student.
Okay.
And I think it's like in this game, I personally haven't seen a lot of people make it, in a quote unquote, and also show how they did it. Bless you. No, so I haven't seen a lot of people really make it. So I find it's my duty to really document my process as someone who didn't go to school for this. Yeah. I don't have any formal education for anything. I just went out there and just looked at the information in the world and documented everything. So then if someone picks this up a few years from now, they'll be like, okay, this is how he did it. Okay, let me try to follow behind his footsteps, just like how I followed Virgil.
Like to document it.
That's good because the inspiration from Virgil is deeper than the clothes. It's also how vocal he was about how he did things. And before he passed, like he uploaded a bunch of how he built his brand on the web. So that's good that you do it in your way. Yeah. And just take inspiration more than just like just putting his face on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And what do you think in general, going back to maybe Virgil a bit, what do you think made like this guy so special? Because unfortunately, I think last year he passed away.
Yeah, it's been
like 2 years, I think.
We're going on 2, bro.
2.
God damn. But a lot of people like look at him as just like you, as inspiration. So what do you think made him so special as a human being and as a designer?
Virgil had a way to just bring people in, teach them, mentor them, and definitely did not gatekeep. All of the things that I've seen from him and people talk about him is always like, yo, bro, this guy was just, bro, he gave me his phone number, he gave me his WhatsApp, whatever, just you could reach out to him, whatever. And also what I feel that made him very special is like Kanye West just took him and fostered his talent and then made it what it is. And then he went out into the world and did amazing things too. So there's just a spark that happened with a mentor, and then being a mentor to other people. So it just kind of trickles all the way down.
And at what point did you start like following him, like getting notice of his work? I remember what piece it was or what shoe?
What was the number one thing?
For me, I'm gonna throw it out there. Maybe it's gonna give you some ideas, but it was it Pyrex? Like he was doing flannel and like doing like the yeah.
Pyrex was his OG brand until he was able to move on. But like even at that, it was like the quality wasn't amazing, you know.
It was regular polo flannel that he custom and like he put up for us $600 or $700 something.
Exactly, yeah. And it's just the way he was so smart about doing it, like just branding and everything, and giving it to all the celebrities, all his friends and everything, and everyone was wearing Pyrex. And then it goes to show that, you know, like these celebrities nowadays are somewhat influential to the point where it's just like a brand that's printing out Gildan can still sell at $700 and go crazy.
What about you? Was it like the belt? You know, the belt was super popular back in the day.
To be super honest, I wasn't like a big fan of Virgil when he like was putting out constant body of work. I looked at it, but a lot of it is just out of my price range. And also, I didn't feel like it spoke to me as much as like the video content he put out. And at the time, I was feeling very like I wasn't feeling like myself when I was trying to do my brand this and that. And when I got a hold of his videos, some of them are like 6 years old now. But when I got a hold of them and started watching that, then I started to pay more attention. But for sure, if I had to say anything that really caught me off guard and I really thought was amazing, was definitely the Nike shoes. Like the 10.
The 10, yeah.
Bro, I was like, what the hell is this? And then just going on and just putting out more stuff. And just all the shoes were amazing. So everybody I couldn't cop, but it's still amazing.
No, I feel you.
At the time, though, it was like the craziest thing. Like those Nike shoes really, in my opinion, really changed the game, you know? I think we've never seen anything quite like that. And just the way he did it, like he brought some shoes back, you know, from the dead.
Yeah.
Like the Blazers. I would argue that he was the one who brought back the Blazers.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. He brought back
like,
fives.
For sure.
Five. I mean,
too,
fives is a bit arguable. Jordan 1s were always there, but like stuff like the Blazers, even Prestos. Like I was wearing Prestos as gym shoes, you know. And then like all of a sudden he brings out those, and I'm like, these are the most comfortable shoes on earth. Like, what the fuck? They're crazy.
Yeah, no, he always kept it going. You know, he released the 10 and. Just
from there,
up,
it was just
up, yeah.
more than 10, but you know,
for sure. But he never stopped. That's the thing. Like until, like we said, he passed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But of course, you were inspired by him. Also, in your earlier work, we see a bit of gallery depth. Inspo.
Yeah, with the paint splatter.
Yeah, that too. But how do you feel about your most recent work? Let's say that is kind of driven a bit away from that direction that you took in the past. How would you feel about like your upcoming pieces or your piece that you're releasing now?
Yeah, well, in the beginning when I started working here, in like the span of a week, I noticed very fast that like my clothes was getting messed up with all the work, the paint and everything. It was just a thing. And then I had people ask me for like whatever I got on. It's just like I was talking about this earlier. Like, oh, what are you wearing? Like, this is just my work pants, man. But then after that, I understood that like, gallery depth right now is hot. And then I have the facilities to produce a very high quality paint splatter piece. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go with it. I'll see how it feels. I wear it every day anyway, so I'm just going to wear sweats. And then after a while, I'm just going to try to sell it. So, but at the time, I just didn't have the facilities to move on. Now I can do cut and sew now. I have an atelier. I have a seamstress. I have pattern making. I delved into fashion and really figured it out. And once I started to figure that out, it enabled my brain to design other things than just paint splattered flared sweats and like graphic t-shirts.
So you had that plan, like...
Yeah, from the get-go, I already knew,
Okay. That's cool because, like we said, taking those inspo are really good. Like it could get you a following and everything, but me personally, I really like the direction you're going in now.
Really
like
nice.
In the long term, it's definitely going to pay off. You know, I think steering away mainly from heavy graphics and then going the way that you're going, like the fit, concentrate on the fit. The quality.
I wanna throw a curveball. What's your favorite pieces from the brand?
From the brand
So far, yeah.
It's that new hoodie, the white one.
The one with the puff?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the promise thing.
I remember he showed me. Are we talking about the marshmallow one?
No, the bed one.
Oh, the bed one?
Oh, shit.
That you posted like a couple days ago.
Yeah, I posted a couple days ago. That's
Looks
crazy
super
piece.
comfy, yeah.
That's crazy.
It is a bed.
Yeah.
Me personally,
is.
I really fuck with your shorts, man. I don't know why. There's just something about them. It's just
Which
like,
one you got again?
I have the black pair. I still want the pink camel ones. Like, it's just at the time, it just like I knew you weren't finished them because you brought them in, and then like they were still missing that outer layer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I'm like, I could like barely see my schlong a bit in these shorts. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait a bit. But
Yeah,
those are still fire in my opinion.
I probably go with like a casual gray sweatpants, man. Those that you did, I think I liked it a lot.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the
Those are
ones with the
comfy.
paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are comfy.
Yeah, well, the paint is a thing that's I also want to be able to bring back. Maybe not as terms of paint splatter, but let's say like you do graffiti and stuff, and then you get paint
That'd
from
be
that
sick.
spray paint.
That'd be fire.
That's
Yeah,
good.
that would be cool. That's
Let's get to
kinda
bring it,
always
but in
been-
like a different way that you already did.
That's what we're gonna try to
Yeah.
do. Yeah,
That's cool.
Maybe in like an old school New York when they used to like spray paint on the back. Yeah.
That'd be really sick.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna try something like that.
I'm just curious though, like how do you go from making a piece? Because I know how you kind of do it. Like when you go into like you get your fabric and everything. Like how does that work and everything? Like how do you go by doing? Do you find a fabric first and you're like, okay, I'm gonna make a cool piece of it, or you have something in mind and like, okay, I gotta find the fabric for it and like source it out.
Yeah, I love that question. It usually starts with a sketch.
Okay.
I'm someone who's heavily into like my own sketchbook. I draw a lot, and it's something I want to start to show more. But it starts with an idea in a sketch. I show it to Charo, so she's the lady in my videos, always showing me how to do things. So all I do is if I can, I just grab her and I bring it to the fabric store, and then she'll point to the things that I need. Or when I go alone, I find pieces or I found certain fabrics that I touch, and I know exactly what I want to do with it.
Yeah.
Then do the drawing, then bring it to her. So get the fabric, get as much meters as I need, because that's the thing. Sometimes you need a whole roll. So depending on what you need. And then I bring that back to the atelier. We cut it up. So we have a roller. I put my patterns on. We make the patterns. That takes about a couple of days. We cut everything up. And then I just let it to her. We'll try the fitting, see how it fits. Then I probably bring it here, do screen print. And then that's how I have my product out.
Okay, that's sick. Cause yeah, I was always like curious. Cause I remember one time you told me like you just found this roll and you were like super hyped about it. You were like, "Yo, I just found this amazing roll. I want to do like shorts with it." And it was the pink camel one, and I was like, "That's sick."
Yes.
Like, in my mind, I was like, "I don't know how that's gonna work," but then when I saw it, I was like, "Okay, he really had the vision from the get go with the fabric, you know." So that's crazy to me that the way you work, I feel like it's
Like
very
you can
different.
see the end product before you
Exactly,
even
yeah.
start making it.
Yeah.
Because most of these brand owners, they don't go into these places and get the rolls of fabric and they look at it, you know, they just text their manufacturer like, "Here's my tech pack, do it for me," and then they get it in like 4 to 5 weeks, and
They don't
a really
touch,
sketchy
feel the
shipping
material.
Yeah,
They don't do the screen print themselves, kind of thing. That's a good. That's a
They
good
focus on like branding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's none. I don't knock the game, and it's the part of the game.
for
thing.
sure.
It is what it is, kind of thing.
And for someone who's out there and want to start a brand, or they have an idea,
Mm-hmm.
like how tough would you say it is in this day and age,
Yo, love
just
that.
to get it like off the ground?
Get off the ground. Love the question. I think about this all the time because every time I work on my brand, I always get those messages on IG sometimes of like, "Yo, man, I really like what you're doing. Da 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 da. I want to get started," but I personally don't feel like I'm started already. But if I were to start from scratch from now, and someone had to ask me, step number 1 is Free Game by Virgil Abloh, which is 12 steps on how to start your clothing brand. Gives you all the details you need. And then like, I think steps 11 and 12 and maybe 10 have like videos of like his lectures and videos of his inspirations. So if you go through all of this and you watch the 6 hours of content on there, you're going to have a pretty good head start above everybody.
So that's what you were saying, like watching his video. Those
Yeah.
other videos.
So me, I was at my other office job, and then I had my 2 screens or whatever. And then on one screen was Virgil Abloh talking, and I had my headphones in, and under the job I had the job. So all I did is for 8 hours, I was just listening to Virgil Abloh. And then when I got all the information I needed, I just started my own thing.
Off, yeah.
So yeah, definitely step 1 is that. And then after that, you really have to just make stuff that like you need, and then make stuff that people need. Usually people I talk about your friends. Just make stuff that's cool, that's going to get your friends stoked and you yourself stoked as well. And then just get that off the ground. You know, I think maybe you get your blanks and stuff. That may be a bit harder, but you could find a few places. But as long as the idea is really good and that your friends think it's good and they'll wear it and they'll support, then you're already off the ground. You can start your brand with like $20, man. It's not that deep.
If you were to start like from scratch, would you have done some stuff differently, or you don't regret anything?
No, I don't regret how I started. But like, let's say if I had like a smaller guy like a younger guy that wanted to start their own brand and want me to tell them how to do it, I would definitely say just get a sample done, and then try to make the sample as good as you can, and then move the sample around to different people and ask for their opinion. And then once you're set with like the proper thing, you have to like promote it and do a pre-order or something. And then once you have the funds, you get started. But you got to make sure that you know exactly what you want to do and how you want to get it done. Have a plan, and then just invest the pieces or just do the pre-order and then use that to start.
Yeah, I like how you said you don't regret anything.
Yeah,
because you really learn from getting in there and making those mistakes and doing certain things in a certain way, and then that just builds character over time. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure you lost some money and some time somewhere, right?
Yeah.
There's like that one piece in his mind. He's like, "Fuck."
Yeah. There's this first shirt I made. I got like a screen printed Tupac T-shirt, and then all my friends love it, but I hate it because I ordered like 100 of them, and it came in like looking terrible to me at least.
Yeah.
And then I didn't get to sell all of it. I had to like give some away and stuff, and then at one point I was still stuck with like 100 shirts.
Is that a feeling that you have that you feel is holding you back, kind of thing? Like you can see like the minor details in a thing, but your friends can see, so they think it's dope, but you don't like it. I know it happens to us sometime. Like he's the one editing all the videos and stuff.
Yeah.
So he has a very macro vision of things.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you see the line right there. I'm like, dude, we can't even see it. Does that happen to you? Like,
it used to happen to me a lot in the beginning. In the beginning, a lot, all the time. But then as you grow, and as like Virgil talks about, also like perfectionism doesn't advance anything. He said it verbatim, and I like try to understand what that means. But bro, some of my best pieces are mistakes. Like the Virgil print didn't actually supposed to look like this, but it did. No, you guys don't know, so I didn't hold myself back from putting it out because it's not exactly how I wanted it. So I just settled, and then it ended up blowing up. So who am I to judge?
It kind of take away, like you focus on one little thing, and like it make you want to scratch like the whole project.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah,
it might be the one.
It might be. And for those who don't know, I don't know when we're gonna post this, but it's almost the end of November, and we're getting close to the new year. What we can expect from Hurtliche in 2024?
Okay, well, hoodies. I'm working on hoodies.
Summer hoodies.
Yeah,
fall
right.
hoodies.
No,
winter
expect it, because I'm just working on creating the best hoodie I can. Like, I don't know. I always talk about the two-sided thing, but my hoodies are double layered.
Yeah.
They're
super thick.
You told me
like,
they were
I
heavy
wore
as
one
shit.
once. It was like I was like telling him like, dude, this is a winter jacket, bro. Like it's crazy.
but
You just need that in a beanie for December.
Basically, yeah.
But we're in Quebec. Like,
Yes, sir.
we can't cheat this.
To Quebec, c'est-
Oh, no, Quebec. Like, you need something that's going to be
You
so...
need some thick shit.
Definitely expect hoodies, the best hoodies that I can produce with the best quality fabrics sourced here, made here. Expect me to work on that and develop something amazing. After that, expect some T-shirts, but for sure, expect more blogs. I'm just going to double down on that. Expect more blogs. I talked about it before, but I'm going to talk about it again. Like, I write these things that take a tremendous amount of time, and not a lot of people get to read them. But it's okay for those who do, the tremendous amount of value. And at the end of the blogs, most people don't know, but you get a little link, and then that takes you to a special product for that special actual blog. So then you get to buy stuff that nobody get.
Oh,
Like,
you have
I-
like blog merch?
blog
like
exclusive
the
pieces.
like-
So if you
That's
read the
really
Paris
nice.
blog, you got yourself a Paris blog shirt before everybody ever see it.
Yeah. Like I don't know if you've ever seen his style of blogging. It's super
I haven't.
crazy.
Now I have to
Like,
check it out.
There's
I
like
haven't.
sketches and
now
everything.
I want to be the next one with the link.
Yeah.
Now I want.
It's
Malik,
crazy.
thank you so much for that conversation.
No
we appreciate
problem.
it a lot. This has been another episode of C'est la vie, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and be on the lookout for the next episode.
Thanks.
There we go.
Let's go.